Welcome back. Out here with Gary Clark at Hard Labor Creek Shooting Sports today. Beautiful day, lots of gunshots, shotguns in the surrounding area here for a very exciting event in Washington County. Gary, I know this is your second annual. Talk a little bit about what's going on out here today.
Well, Paul, we are hosting the second annual CHS FFA Alumni Top Shot Competition. Today we chose a sporting clays tournament. We had about 7 teams participating today. Everybody's shooting about 100 targets, and all of the money that we're raising today goes toward the Chipley High School FFA program.
So this is a part of the Chipley High School homecoming week or 2 week of festivities?
Yeah, it's just a coincidence that it happened around homecoming, but it turned out to our advantage. We had a lot of folks participating because they were in town, so that worked out great.
Yeah, very cool. And I didn't even consider that part of it. Now you say 7 teams. I saw about 4 per team. Is that about 28, 30 guys?
Right, about 28 participants shooting today. That's correct.
Okay. This is a fundraiser, but more importantly, it's a labor of love. You drove us around the course, and we're showing some of those still pictures now. Didn't want to shoot live video on the course because it was just pretty loud.
Right.
But you started telling us about some of the effort, some of the money, some of the hours of volunteer and in some cases paid labor that goes into this. Sure. It's a labor of love, as I said. Talk a little bit about what it takes to put on an event like this.
Well, it's quite time intensive to get everything set up. We've been working for about 3 days trying to get the property in order, getting everything mowed, getting all the trails cut, and then the last day or so making sure all the machines were full, changing out batteries, keeping batteries charged. There's quite a bit of work that goes into it. All the machines have to be serviced and have to be uncovered and set up. Had 4 or 5 folks that volunteered locally. Some of our FFA Alumni Association members volunteered, and of course some of the paid staff here at Hard Labor Creek Shooting Sports. But a lot of folks turned out. It takes quite a bit to get one of these things organized. A lot of folks helping today with the cooking, providing some of the food and things like that. A lot of volunteer hours go into something like this.
Now, you've worked with the shooting sports teams, and they have been extraordinarily successful in statewide competition. But it's a little easier because you do have your own facility here. Talk a little bit about Hard Labor Shooting Sports.
Well, yeah, Paul, it does make it a lot easier. We have a place that we can practice. Hard Labor Creek Shooting Sports was a joint venture Ted Everett and I decided to put together. We created a skeet field, a trap field, and we're adding now a sporting clays course. You can see in the background under construction is our new pro shop. We hope in a couple of weeks to be open to the public. We'll be open on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. But folks can come out, bring their family, shoot sporting clays, shoot skeet, archery, pistol rifle range. The whole thing will be open in a couple of weeks.
Now, we had the fortune of being out here a couple of months ago at a 3D archery tournament put on by the Wausau Fire Department. And that's another whole element out here of that 3D archery. In the way we understand it, one of the fastest growing sports in the United States.
Archery is really taking off, especially after the Olympics. Every 4 years after the Olympics, we do pretty good. It seems like there's a resurgence of archery shooters, but we do have a 3D archery course. We set it up for tournaments. We will be opening it back up for practice time for folks as well. We've got a 50-yard archery practice range as well, but 10-station 3D course with a couple of targets on each station. Folks really get a kick out of that.
Now, one thing that we saw that it takes a lot of money to participate in that sport. You can probably participate on the lower end, but most of those guys were very serious, had a lot of money tied up in their equipment.
Sure, absolutely.
The upside is that they don't have as much disposable elements as part of that sport. You're not paying for shotgun shells, you're retrieving your arrows.
Exactly. The dead expense in shotgun shooting is the shells that you're going to shoot. The arrows, you get to go pick those up and shoot them again. A round like today, for example, they're shooting 100 rounds. They have to have probably 125 shells. They're looking at about $30 worth of ammo that they're going to be shooting. So it is a little bit more expensive, and shotguns comparable to the cost of the bows. Your overhead getting in is usually a little bit higher, but you buy a good shotgun, it lasts you the rest of your life too.
They're competing out here today for prizes and premiums, more importantly probably the bragging rights.
Absolutely. We divided it up. We've got a lot of kids shooting, we've got a lot of adults shooting, and so we're going to kind of pit them against each other, the high kids and the high adults, and got some great prizes. King's Outdoors donated our prizes for today, and real appreciative of them for their support.
Lots of crack shots out there, not the least of which is your own son.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of them. We've got most of the guys that are shooting today, several of the kids have all been on my 4-H shooting team for 5 or 6 years now. There's some pretty good shots. It'll be tough for these adults. Better bring their A game if they're going to beat them.
Now, one added feature today is that you're going to be presenting Ray Pygott with a Lifetime Achievement Award, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to describe it. Interestingly, when I was soliciting sponsors for this event, several folks came and said they wanted to give a donation in Mr. Pygott's honor. Mr. Pygott was our ag teacher in high school, our FFA advisor, a great friend and a great mentor to a lot of students in Washington County. And so I just took that idea and just kind of spread it a little bit and solicited. And real quick, like, we raised $1,500 in his honor that he's going to be presenting to the FFA Alumni Association today.
And he's held up really well. You know, you got a lot of guys out here with gray hair who were his students.
Exactly.
And he looks pretty darn good.
He looks a lot better than we do.
Well, congratulations on a great day. You certainly got a kiss from the weather.
Absolutely.
It was a beautiful day.
Yep.
Good participation overall. Would you have liked to have seen a bigger field, or you're happy with what you got?
We can handle about 40 shooters. I would have loved to have seen a few more, but I think 28 was adequate. I think we had a real good, it moved along pretty fast. If you get 40 shooters, it's going to slow down a little bit, but we can handle more than that, but it moves very, very good with 40 shooters.
If somebody wants to get involved, if they want to come out here, take advantage of your facilities, you've got a website they can go to?
Yeah, sure do. It's hardlaborskeet.com is our website address. All the information's on there, and as soon as we get open, we'll have that posted and announce it as well.
Very good. Well, again, congratulations on a great event. I know that we're looking forward to seeing Ray get to have his moment in the sunshine here.
Absolutely.
And we'll be able to cover that. So thank you again for your hospitality and for allowing us to come out here.
Appreciate you being here today. Thanks.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Out here at Hard Labor Creek Shooting Sports, here today with just a great event, the second annual, tell me the name of the event.
Top Shot.
Top Shot.
Yep, CHS FFA Alumni Top Shot Competition.
Easy for you to say. We'll be right back. Welcome to the people, events, and business of The Real Florida. Real Florida Magazine highlights the pristine, unspoiled Florida, from special events to businesses to just getting away from it all. Real Florida Magazine offers a taste of the real Florida, the way it's supposed to be. Available free of charge almost everywhere. So take a deep breath, relax, and get back to what's important. Check us out at realfloridamagazine.org. We'll be waiting for you. Welcome back. Just talked to Gary Clark about what's going on out here today, and he mentioned to me that Ray Pygott really is not aware of everything we're doing either. So he said, let me just explain to Ray. And I said, no, hold on a minute. Let's do it on camera. So Gary, if you would, go ahead and give a thumbnail sketch of what's going on and whatever you need to do there.
Well, thank you, Paul. Mr. Pygott wasn't aware of everything that we had going on today, but I think it was kind of interesting as we started just trying to raise money, looking for sponsors for today's event. Several of the folks I contacted emailed me back immediately and said, I'd like to just give $100 in honor of Ray Pygott. And I thought that was great, and I just said, well, let's see how many others out there would. So I solicited a few folks, and it took about probably 2 days, and in 2 days we had raised $1,500. And that's 15 people that gave $100 each that wanted to recognize Mr. Pygott for the contributions in their life and make a donation to the Chipley High School FFA alumni in his honor. So a little bit later today, we're going to be letting him make a check presentation for all the students. There's a big poster board over here that's got all of the former students of his that made a contribution in his honor. But he really means a lot to us, and we don't tell him this very often. It's kind of hard for some of us to say, but yeah. He was a great mentor, a great friend. I've told this story 100 times, but he did a lot of things for me that helped me to get to where I am today, and I owe him a huge debt of gratitude for what he's done.
Well, thank you. Don't go anywhere. Ray, talk a little bit about what you've done with your life. I know that's a very tall order, but I hear stories about you. I've had the opportunity to be around you just a little bit in the last few years. You got a lot of people that think a lot of you. Either you've been really good at snowing them or you've really done a lot in your life.
No, really, when I came over to interview for the job, there was only 2 openings in the state. One was in Hialeah and Chipley. And my former superintendent was Leroy Townsend, and his brother was Austin Townsend, who had Townsend Building Supply. So he brought me over. I interviewed 3 different times for the job. And I started in 1963 and I retired in 95. and I've had the privilege to work with a lot of good kids, boys and girls. And I couldn't farm, so I chose to an occupation that was the nearest to farming as I possibly could, and it was teaching agriculture. But I've had the opportunity to work with some mighty fine youngsters throughout the years.
Well, it sounds like that feeling is reciprocal. You've been a very large part of this community. Congratulations on this honor today, and congratulations on taking through life the accolades, which obviously are yours from all of these past students. That's strong. That says a lot. You know, this is a great community. It's a very tight-knit community, and you're a very large part of the weave of the fabric of that community.
Again, it was basically the parents, grandparents. A lot of them dreaded their grandparents a lot more than they did the parents, and they've all been a big help. But Chipley's home, enjoyed it, and hope to live here a long time.
Well, you've got a good family. I know I have the fortune of knowing several of them. It's an extended family and it's definitely a part of the community. So again, congratulations and thanks for appearing with us on the show.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Appreciate it.
We'll be right back.